Omar Khoder was one of the few hundred people that was trying to get fuel being distributed by the army when a tanker exploded in North Lebanon on Saturday night. Now he's in the burns unit of Geitawi Hospital in Beirut.
I was on the top of the tank and my friends were around me. I heard a tick and I saw the fire, and then the tank exploded. All of my friends are dead and I am the only one alive. I am getting better, but I am devastated about my friends.
Dozens of people were killed in the explosion and almost 80 people injured. Many have horrific burn injuries.
Many of those patients are even at 85% of their body surface burned, which causes a very severe damage to the skin and muscles and exposes them to infections and noble organ failure like kidney, heart and brain damage.
It's unclear why the explosion took place. The army were distributing fuel it had confiscated from a warehouse where it was being stockpiled amid the worsening fuel crisis.
Fuel imports have been subsidised by the government for years, but recently there's been no money to pay suppliers, and the fuel has stopped coming. It's meant petrol stations have had to ration fuel, causing enormous queues. Last week, the governor of the central bank announced that the subsidies were gone for good, but the situation only became more complicated.
So what happened last week is that he said that suddenly I'm going to remove subsidies, and people started going to those stations just to fill at the subsidized rate. Meanwhile, the stations stopped supplying the market.
While customers are desperate to fill up at the old, lower rate, fuel dealers want to wait to sell it at the new, higher rate. And everyone is confused as the government hasn't backed the decision of the central bank. There is a similar issue with diesel. With only a few hours of electricity being supplied by the government per day, the country's electricity comes almost entirely via diesel-fueled generators.
Today, whoever runs out, diesel generator runs out of fuel or diesel, he's turning off the generator. He's not able to buy the diesel in black market rates.
So diesel fuel won't be readily available, and even if it was, generators are not made to run for 20 hours a day. They're only meant for a short backup. This is a major issue at the Geitawi Hospital, where Omar Khoder and other burn victims are being treated.
Our hospital has generators of electricity which depend on fuel and on mazout. We have to secure them on a daily basis. It's a continuous fight. You cannot stay 1 minute without current because the patients would die.
The Lebanese parliament is expected to convene on Friday to discuss the crippling energy crisis, and it can't come soon enough. Imogen Kimber, TRT World, Beirut.